It is a wild new item on the menu at Applebee's. It's called the OM Cheeseburger. You're going to understand why once we get to talking here. Thanks to our partnership with MassLive, I have the pleasure of being joined by reporter Nick O'Malley. Nick, thank you for taking time to be with us.
Oh, always a pleasure.
Now, I've got to say, disclaimer for anybody watching, this is not for anyone who has a New Year's resolution to eat healthier. That's the first thing. We just need to put that on the table. Oh my gosh. Talk to us about this huge, cheesy hunk of a cheeseburger and exactly what it has to offer.
All right, that's right. It's the OM cheeseburger. It is from Applebee's, and it is a really cool cheeseburger because the actual cheeseburger itself is pretty straightforward. It's a hamburger patty, some bacon, some spicy honey mustard. But what they do is they cut it in half, and then they take the two sides of the cheeseburger, they take the cut sides down and put it into a skillet full of molten cheese.
Again, I say not for anyone who is trying to get their healthier food resolutions on. Okay, so what made you want to try this? Because I've seen the picture, and listen, I will try any kind of food once, but I saw at least once. But I saw this picture and I was like, ooh, ooh, this is a lot. So, what made you want to just dig in there?
I mean, I love cheese a lot. I'm a cheesy guy, both in terms of personality and honestly, with the amount of eaten, you're probably a sheer mass at this point. But what really attracted me to it was the novelty of it, of just the cheese on the burger, and then just the ability to take a cheeseburger and just scoop it into a big glob of cheese. It's not the sort of thing that I would or could eat every day, but as a one-time treat, oh man, it's so good.
Okay, and now speaking of that, right? People hear that, right? You get the visual, like you're just scooping it up. You describe it actually as a shipwreck on a plate. Is the messiness of the plate the ability to just get on in there? Is that what makes it so appealing?
Oh, for me, absolutely. It's like a poutine or one of those garbage plates from upstate New York. Just the ability to embrace the mess, embrace the cheesiness, and get on in there. Listen, you order this and you know you're not being healthy, so why even try to pretend? Why pretend that we're doing something that we're not? We're not eating a salad. We're not at a fancy place. We're at Applebee's and we're getting cheesy over here.
Now, was there anything that surprised you about this cheesy plate of goodness? I think is a way that you would describe it.
Oh, absolutely. For me, the one that I got, part of the cheese took a little bit of time to get melted, to get warmed from the skillet. So be warned that it's not going to be perfect. It's Applebee's. And it surprised me that it was $12, which is pretty reasonable for all the food you're getting. And the last thing that I was a little bit surprised by was the last thing that I was a little bit surprised by was the spicy honey mustard. It was a nice little touch of sweetness and a little bit of heat, some acidity to really break up all the starchiness and the heaviness of it all.
Okay, so now someone might see the picture and say, is the melted cheese really necessary? The melted cheese in the skillet. As a cheese lover, I know that it will be hard for you to answer this question impartially. So tell me, is the melted cheese in the skillet really necessary?
Necessary? No, absolutely not. Listen, mozzarella sticks. Would you, if I just gave you six pieces of cheese, you would say that's not necessary, but all of a sudden you deep fry them and give you some marinara sauce, you go, well, I'd like that. It's not necessary, but I want it.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Is there anything that you've had here in the state of Massachusetts, any kind of food you try that either comes close to this or reminds you of this, maybe?
It reminds me a lot of when you get a sort of like a chicken parm or something, or a really cheesy burger, and the cheese sort of overflows. A grilled cheese, a good grilled cheese where it overflows on the griddle, and you get a lot of it on the side, or a little bit of nachos, anything like that. Very reminiscent of that.
Okay. Is there any last thing you'd like to include about this OM cheeseburger that we didn't get to talk about?
If you're worried about it being too much, replace the fries with the broccoli. I love cheese and broccoli, great combo.
Okay.
And in terms of stuff you can get at Applebee's, it's not too much worse, like calorie wise, at that point than like the Fiesta Lime Chicken, which is also part of the 2 for 25 menu. Apparently, I'm doing ads for Applebee's now, so there you
I
go.
was gonna say they need to put you on the payroll, Nick
Yeah.
O'Malley. Now I don't know how Mass Live feels about that, but it sounds like they need to put you on the payroll. They need to break you off a little bit of something. But no, I like the idea of the broccoli. You visually make yourself feel better at least.
There you go.
Oh, this was so fun. Reporter Nick O'Malley from Mass Live. We thank you so much for giving us your honest review of the OM cheeseburger, and I hope we get to do this again. Do you know
Oh,
where you're headed next? Like, how do you figure out which food you're trying? How does that work?
I go where the wind and the currents of the cheese take me, but I'm mostly keeping thing eye out for new foods, crazy foods. It's Girl Scout cookie season. My shipment's in the mail already.
Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. So this is not goodbye. This is talk to you later. Okay. I love this for us.